everyone, and another fine lazy Sunday to you, my lovely weekend warriors. I hope the weekend has been good to y'all, and if not, sit back, relax, and let me entertain you for a moment. Now, this weekend's movie is one I'm super late on, and as it has been out for a few weeks and has been reviewed to death, but I asked you guys, my weekend warriors, if you still wanted me to review it, and a majority of you said that you did want me to review it. So, here we are. And it's quite surprising because I told myself that I was done with DC movies because they just haven't been living up to their potential. And I'm done throwing my money into that fire. However, this movie has been getting a lot of high praise. So I decided to see, is it that good? But I mean, come on. Nothing, and I mean nothing, could be worse than the last movie I watched. Hellboy 2019. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this one. Shazam! Look at these powers! Ha-ha! Starring Mark Strong, Dijmon, Hounsou, Jack Dylan Grazer, who you might know from the reboot of It, where he played Eddie, along with Asher Angel and Zachary Levi, dual rolling as Billy Batson and Shazam! What the hell is going on? Okay, just be careful, we don't have to say the name. Now, Shazam, oh no, is about Billy Batson, who's a young boy living on the streets as an orphan until one day he's put in a foster home where he meets Grazer's character, Freddy. Billy manages to save Freddy from some bullies, which he is then teleported to another dimension. Because of his good deeds, he is deemed worthy to become the champion. But he's not the only one, as Billy must learn what it takes to become a hero and defeat the other person. Shazam! Whoa! Okay. That was thrilling. Now, this movie is yet another in the DC universe, but a different take on the hero origin story, as it's a pretty unique concept. I mean, teenage boy turned superhero action comedy? So has DC taken a step in the right direction? Well, let's get into the positives. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh my gosh. I had so much fun with this movie. I don't even know where to begin. First off, they did an awesome job of really balancing this movie with the humor and the seriousness of the superhero genre, and that's because you can tell that the director was allowed to do what they wanted to do, instead of DC getting their grubby little hands all over this movie and forcing the director to shove as much DCEU crap down the audience's throats as possible. We get a very simple, contained superhero movie, and it's just all about Billy and his hero's journey. Like I said, the humor and seriousness are balanced so well that we get these rolling on the floor laughing moments, but they never undercut the seriousness of an action scene by playing some joke that really stops the movie in its tracks. In fact, sometimes the humor actually enhances the scene because this is a teenager who gets to live one of the greatest dreams of all time, and that's being a hero. And Asher Angel does not disappoint. He did a really good job in this movie that was gonna be demanding a lot out of him. He just took the role and made it something really deeper and more believable, especially in some of the more emotional scenes. Let me tell you right now, is that he had this one line that was so deep, I needed floaties to keep myself from drowning in this deep emotional pool of sorrow. And Zachary Levi, I mean, come on, what's not to like about this guy? He's really funny, he's really witty, and he just looks so believable as a kid. He just also kills it in this movie, and I could tell that he spent a lot of time with the younger cast to get a real feel of what it's like to be a teenager again. So that way when Billy does turn into his superhero form, Zachary just puts on a show. Especially when he's trying out his powers. This is like the best part in the movie, as we really get to see Billy grow into this hero over time. I also really like what they did with the villain in this movie, as they really take the time to develop his background. And I mean, they really take the time to go through his background, as I'd say the first 5 to 10 minutes of this movie is them just building up the villain's background, which was pretty unorthodox, but it does take away the need to explain it through some boring exposition. Shazam really shows you more and tells you less, as there is one scene in the movie where they're fighting and it shows you how certain scenarios as a superhero are just not like how the movies make it out to be. Okay, so hey, movie, where are you going? No. Get back here. Don't think you're out of the woods just yet. Okay, let's get into the issues with this film, and honestly, there isn't that much, but there are times where the script is super cringe-worthy, which it really comes to play with the family aspect of this movie. Billy gets put into a foster home with a bunch of other foster children, and all of them are really fun and funny, but some of the dialogue that they say is just so tough to swallow sometimes.
That's what she said?
Shut up, Scott! Not completely terrible, it just feels really forced when they say some of the lines, so it was a weaker aspect of the movie. Also, there was a moment at the climax that was really cool and fun to watch, but again, some of the acting took a little bit of a drop because at this point the dialogue just became really hard to buy, and it was just really silly and almost too slapsticky for my liking. But with all of that being said, I'm going to give Shazam a B. Because that's what this movie feels like. Just the awesome golden age of superhero fun. It really makes you feel like a kid again and wondering what it's like to be a superhero and have powers. Well, that's it for the review, you guys, but tell me, did you guys see Shazam? Did you like it? Did you have issues with it? Put your comments in the comment section down below, and if you guys like this movie, why don't you give it a little love by giving it a thumbs up? And also subscribe to my channel by hitting that little bell icon, and you can get notified of my latest reviews when they come out. Thank you guys again, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the weekend. I gotta go save some people with these awesome powers I just got. See you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Shazam!